Well, we might as well call this show the inaugural special, but if you haven't been paying attention, after this show, you're going to be caught up on everything. All right, first, yesterday, Trump and Biden met, rode up to the old ching-ding. Can you imagine what that was like? Then you had the swearing-in ceremony in the Capitol Rotunda. Most of you probably watched it. You can draw your own conclusions. I thought it was very, very nice.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office.
The duties of the office.
On which I am about to enter.
On which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Then you had Trump's speech. Clear. It wasn't prose. It wasn't written for the highfalutin. It was written for average Jane and Joe Americans. And guess what? It was a great success. And he said all those things with good old Joe Biden sitting right next to him. It was awesome.
In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly. And nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
Then you had the Capital One shindig, where everybody got all excited. I got excited watching it, didn't you? Then you had the inaugural balls. Only thing that matters at the inaugural balls, how the ladies look in their beautiful dresses. Trump family looked handsome and beautiful, and everybody had a good time. 3 inaugural balls. Can you imagine what Trump did from waking up in the morning to the end? But, and I just did a Facebook Live on this, Biden's pardons, in my opinion, really got the day off to a very interesting start. He pardoned all the January 6 investigators, Miley, Liz Cheney, Fauci, and all his family members. Bunch of crooks. Watch my Facebook Live. I don't feel like repeating it here. Then you've got the executive orders. This is where, watching this, you'll get caught up. DEI is over in the federal government. National emergency at the border. Military can help close it. Out of the Paris Climate Accord. Out of the World Health Organization. Cuba's back as a terrorist state. 1,500 January 6 pardons. We now have 2 genders again. He ended birthright citizenship. National energy emergency. Foreign aid paused for 90 days. Transgenders out of the military. Not gay, transgender. Civil service, making it easy to fire them. Censorship in our government, gone. Weaponization of the Justice Department, gone. Wind power out in the ocean killing the whales, gone. Offshore oil drilling, yes. Security clearance revoked for the 51 liars on the Hunter laptop. I love that. Reproductive rights, all of that stuff that you can go on the federal government website, gone. Immigrant phones, gone. Federal workers back to work 5 days a week, back. 50% electric mandate, gone. Hiring freeze, federal workers, in. 1,000 purge of Bideners, in. And by the way, as we continue, Musk did not do a Heil Hitler salute. He goes from here and he goes like this. Thank you, from the heart. This is the kind of stuff these Nimrods focus on instead of what's really going on. Elon Musk is the smartest mofo on the planet, and he's on our team. General Milley's portrait went up 10 days ago in the Pentagon, removed. I love that. Bezos, Musk, Zuck, and Cook all sitting behind the family at the inauguration. That was so good. That was so good. Rubio, confirmed by the Senate. Pete Hegseth, approved by the Armed Services Committee, headed to the full Senate. Oval Office, Reagan rugs back. FDR painting is gone. Coke button, Diet Coke button is back. Biden left a letter. We don't know what's in it. It said 47 on it. Lincoln-Riley Act, passed. Doge, sued 3 times already. Iron Dome, Trump's for it, so am I. J.D. Vance, the first millennial vice president in our history. Al Sharpton wants to protest any company that got rid of DEI. What a clown. Al, those days are over. Nobody gives a damn. And if you noticed, all across this country, the resistance protests didn't have any steam. You know why? The entire country is fatigued of the woke bullshit. Coming up next, local news. All right, on local news, Vivek Ramaswamy is leaving Doge. Apparently is going to announce he's running for governor of the state of Ohio. He'll have plenty of money. He'll have the Trump support. The only problem with Vivek, he's subject to making huge gaffes. Trump can make a gaffe, get away with it. Vivek, not so much. Joe Burrow, they've arrested 4 burglars. You know where they're from? Chile. It's unfreaking believable. Jerry Lundergan, the former auditor and Secretary of State of Kentucky, Allison Lundergan, her father, big-time Democrat powerhouse, state Democratic Party chairman, was pardoned by Joe Biden. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley in his World News. He is definitely a surly, cockered horse son.
Hello again, the latest world headlines. A man in India has been sentenced to life in prison for the rape and murder of a young female doctor. The attack occurred while she was on duty at a hospital. Her killing reignited outrage over violence against women in India, leading to nationwide protests. A fire at a hotel in northwestern Turkey's ski resort resulted in at least 10 deaths and 32 injuries this morning. Emergency responders worked to contain the blaze, and authorities investigated the cause. In northern eastern Colombia, over 100 people were killed and nearly 20,000 displaced in a surge of guerrilla violence. President Gustavo Petro declared a state of emergency in response to the crisis. You're up to date on the latest world headlines. Coming up next, Sports Without Boundaries. Cheerio.
All right, here we go with Sports Without Boundaries. The big game last night was disappointing to me because I was rooting for Notre Dame. I've always been for Notre Dame. They haven't won since '88. The Buckeyes hadn't won in a decade. 34-23. It looked like a blowout. Notre Dame came back, had a chance to tie that game up. Very disappointed. Lou Anarumo, the former defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, is now the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. Scott Peters and Mike McCarthy from the Browns, of all things, are new to the Cincinnati Bengals coaching staff. Their offensive line and assistant offensive line. And the Bears hired offensive coordinator Johnson from the Detroit Lions. Coming up next, pop culture. All right, pop culture, we kind of deviate a little bit into the inauguration. Carrie Underwood, due to some malfunction of technical equipment, had to do God, America the Beautiful a cappella, and she did a wonderful job.
For spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Billy Ray Cyrus, check his outfit out. Apparently he kind of didn't do all that great, but who cares? And Snoop Dogg's pissing off all the liberal rappers, I guess, by performing Inauguration. And his is wild. Apparently, in the United States of America, we got a ton of hydrogen underneath us, including in Kentucky. I don't know about you, but I'm starting hydrogen drilling operations tomorrow at the farm. I encourage you to do the same. Let's all get rich. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. My Willow is letting Jamie pet her. It's pissing me off.